Plaintiff Daryl Baird says he has a license to grow medical marijuana and has been doing so for 3 years. Daryl claims after he agreed to sell medical marijuana to the defendant, he discovered the defendant's dispensary had been shut down by the DEA, so he's suing for breach of contract. Defendant Benjamin Smith says selling medical marijuana is like being in the Wild West, and his dispensary has been burglarized numerous times. And he has surveillance video showing the crime in action. Benjamin denies owing because he claims the marijuana was to be donated.
Start with you.
I've been growing medical marijuana for about 3, almost 4 years. I'm proud to do this, and I'm glad to do this for the people that need the medicine. I'm kind of a green thumb person. I'm very professional and proud to do what I do and take every effort I can to make the best possible medicine that I can.
You obviously do it within the confines of the law.
Yes, sir. I'm a good-natured and mellow person. I'm proud to say that I'm a former Eagle Scout and a Vietnam veteran. Ben owned a medical marijuana dispensary where I had done business for about 1.5 years, and it was always on a handshake and a promise to pay in a week or 2. That was fine by me. I would still be doing business with Ben if the Drug Enforcement Agency hadn't closed him down because of his proximity to a high school.
So you grew for a dispensary?
Upon occasion. If I had extra that my patients didn't need, like
you'd sell them
upon
to him?
occasion, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you stopped because he no longer had a legal dispensary.
Yes, sir.
Because the government shut him down because he was too close to a school.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So on May 6th, I left $2,800 worth of medical marijuana with Ben, with a handshake and a promise to be paid 1/2 of that a week later, and the second half 2 weeks later. I called his store on the May 13th to arrange for a meeting for the first payment, and there was no answer at the store. I left a message on Ben's cell phone saying, "What's going on? There's no answer at the store."
And obviously he hasn't paid you yet.
That's correct.
Let's hear his side. Sir?
Thank you, Your Honor. Daryl's one of these old school growers who obviously does not have a grasp on the laws, the medical marijuana laws, or the business, especially as they apply in Washington State. It's pretty much the Wild West, as it is in a lot of areas. And I'm out there on the front lines of my dispensary, putting myself out there. A lot of challenges. For example, the DEA letter he's referring to, it was an elementary school, and my measurements, we were 1,024 foot. But once you receive a letter, there's no appeal process. You have 30 days to close. So I wasn't able to fight that. What I really find ironic about that letter is pretty much directly across from the school is a strip club. So, you know, I'm not sure what we're protecting children from. The other challenge we have is the criminal element. I have a quick little video I'd like to show you, if I may, which is one of the incidents that we put up with as dispensary owners. It's not all fun games.
Let's see it.
This is just one incident. These guys have been before. They stole an SUV, come back. And as you can see, $20,000 in damage. They went in and kicked down my steel door for a while. Unsuccessfully, they were not able to get in. Seattle PD shows up, they take off, and they're still at large. Wow. I do admit that Daryl did come in and he did drop off some medical marijuana, and I initially did agree to reimburse him. We work off the donation system up there. It's illegal, both statewide, in the state and federally, to buy or sell cannabis, medical or otherwise. So it's the donation system. And Daryl himself even signed a membership agreement with
So does the donation coincide with a specific amount?
It's
I go in and say, let me get a pound, and then give you $50? No, this is the only donation I want to give you today.
Well, that's donations
I
for
must have been hanging out with you that day.
That's right.
Yeah,
the whole
I
problem.
know. The way the donation, it's how we're able to conduct business and apply an affirmative defense in case we have legal issues. You know, it's not really a law, but
it isn't here. He couldn't sell you anything because there's no such law that allows him to sell, and so therefore it was a donation, and you just decide that you don't want to make your donation this time.
Not quite true.
All right. What are you saying?
I did have a conversation. I did have a conversation with Daryl. I was trying a creative approach. Obviously, I had a theft. My manager took all the flour and took off to Alaska. That left me with just a few products, which I returned to the owners who originally dropped them off, and left me without cash or anything. So I had to close the doors. I was hoping to reopen, not able to do that. So I'm trying to, even though I don't feel I'm legally responsible, I'm still trying to make it right. I offered Daryl some.
Why aren't you legally responsible? That's what I was.
It's a donation. It's not.
Yeah, I see. I told you that's what you're going to say.
Sir.
What are you talking about? Not exactly. That's exactly what you're saying. You don't owe them because it's a donation and it's not legal to sell. That's exactly what you said. I knew where you were going in the first place.
Well, Your Honor, I tried to make it right, as I've tried to make it right with others. I have one vendor, as we call him, come in patient, and we owed him $800. I've rolled about 500 joints in exchange of labor. So I've been trying to be creative to make these things right.
Why don't you make him work it off?
Sir,
Can't work that deal?
He did make me numerous offers, whether it be time payment or to grow for me or to work for me or to trade me clones or to trade me dried product, anything. And I said, Ben, I really need the cash. Donation, call it what you will. That's just,
He called it what the law calls it, sir. He says the law calls it all donation.
Yes, sir.
Well, then how are you now converting it into an exchange?
Because it cost me money for my rent.
I understand, but did you tell the law that?
Yes, sir.
And what did they say?
That I was legal.
They said a donation is based on the cost that you incur.
Yes, sir.
Well, show me that. Will you show me the definition of the donation?
Here's some
because from
ads,
what I understand
we have
of a
recommended
donation, it is not based on the cost that you incur. Let's see the law that you're going to show.
It's not a law. We work off the collective.
That's what you told me.
No, I have ads saying. I have ads.
You said the law
Sir,
says donation, sir.
I apologize, Your Honor. I misunderstood the question. It's not a law. It's how we operate up there. It's called the collective
It
garden
wasn't a
model.
question by me. It was something you asserted.
Sorry.
You said, I don't owe because it works on a donation system.
Yes, sir. Sir,
I said, find the law. You began going through your papers, indicating that you were about to find the law. Instead, you came up with one of your flyers.
I apologize for that.
No, it's not apologize.
There is no
You've
law.
hurt your case.
Your Honor,
all right,
there's no law.
There is no law that indicates it's a donation?
There is no law which allows the sale or distribution of marijuana in Washington State.
So is that true?
In Washington, they call it a gray area. The politicians.
I can't rule on gray areas, sir.
Your Honor, this is what we deal with up there. This is the
That's
reality.
the way they speak of it in the newspapers and
they
from
say
the
gray
state
area?
Yes,
well,
sir.
come back when you got the law. Have a good day. Your case is dismissed.
Daryl, I apologize. It's just business. I like you. It's I still want to make things right with you. I just don't have the cash to do it. I'm open to creative ideas still.
I realize the business situation you were in, but I still feel you owe me the money, and as I said many times, I would accept payments, and that's never happened.